Hi, my name is Joshua Clifton, and I'm going to be performing in Bend's upcoming A Cappella Festival in February of 2017. Now, I was recently sent a list of questions from the festival asking just random stuff about me and what I do, so I thought I'd make this video to accompany my response. And so, I'm going to be reading my responses from this direction, so if I'm looking that way at any time, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so here's question 1. What year you started beatboxing? It's kind of a long story for me. It's kind of more of a journey, but long story short, I started solo beatboxing about a year and a half to 2 years ago, and then I was introduced to beatboxing and vocal percussion in general in 7th grade, actually, when this kid in my math class was beatboxing. He was doing this really simple beat, like, and it was so simple, but it amazed me because I'd never heard it live before, and so I thought it was cool, and I asked him how to do it, and he showed me. And then it kind of went away for a little while, and it resurfaced in high school. I met this kid who beatboxed, and he taught me a snare sound, and that just helped me start building on things. And then my choir teacher in high school was part of this really well-known collegiate a cappella group, and so they came to my high school every year. I went to one of their concerts. The first concert I went to of theirs, I was shocked because they were beatboxing, and then they had people singing as well. I'd never heard that before, and it's like, why am I not doing this? This is great. And so I just wanted to, it inspired me to be an a cappella singer and just try to do it. And then so before I graduated high school, this kid, I was beatboxing one day, and I showed this kid, and he's like, "You're not doing it right. You know, real beatboxers use their voices." And I thought it was weird because I never heard a beatboxer use anything but drum sounds. So I asked him what he was talking about, and he showed me this Reaps One video, and it was really inspiring. But I didn't think I could do it at the time. So I graduated high school, and then I ended up arranging a song in the summer in between high school and college. And it was a lot of trial and error that summer. I worked on the same song for 3 months, and it just really showed me where I was, kind of, and how much I lacked. So I went to college, and I started learning music theory, and I started beatboxing for this jazz group, this vocal jazz group, who also did a cappella stuff. And, you know, I think I was the only one who was doing it because nobody else wanted to. After that, I ended up joining the Central Oregon Master Singers, and I was beatboxing with a buddy of mine who also sang in that group, and I was beatboxing with him before rehearsal, and the choir master came up, and he heard me doing my thing, and he's like, "You have a real niche for that," or something of the sort. And it really made me feel good that someone who is just so, like, this man, he's such a top-notch musician, and the fact that he told me to keep going with this, that is kind of alien to him. It's just really exciting and really encouraging. It's so nice to have that. So that was a real turning point for me, and that's when I wanted to start using my voice in my beats and really start making music by myself. So that's when I started arranging music by myself, and more recently I started writing music. And so it's so much stuff, so much fun stuff. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so long story short, to recap, I started beatboxing about one and a half to 2 years ago. I was solo beatboxing, excuse me, 1.5 to 2 years ago, and then I was introduced to vocal percussion in 7th grade, and yeah. So the next question is, where are we? Where was it? Oh. Do you have any superstitions ahead of competitions? That's a funny question. I've never heard of anybody having superstitions, so that's a no for me. I don't have superstitions. That'd be kind of interesting if there was a performer somewhere who looked into, like, if there were ghosts or something. That'd be kind of funny, but it'd be kind of cool, interesting. Alright, so the next question is, what does a cappella music mean to you in 5 words or less? To me, it means community, encouragement, creativity, brotherhood, and discipline. Yeah. So, community, encouragement, creativity, brotherhood, and discipline. And I'll probably go into a little bit after this, but I was talking with a friend of mine, and it got me thinking about this, and I thought I'd answer this extra question for you for this video, because I thought this was really good food for thought. What did I like about the festival last year? That was the question. And overall, I liked everything. It was awesome. I had such a blast. It was so cool, and I'm so pumped for this year's. Okay, so basically, I liked the atmosphere. I liked the sense of brotherhood. I touched on that a little earlier. And I liked the sense of community of the whole thing. Like, I have the response written more thoroughly here. So, like, everyone was so nice. And even though there is competition, or was competition to last year's festival, like, there was a competition aspect to it, you can hardly tell backstage because everybody's such good friends. They're just there's nobody like trash talking or anything. It's all, everybody's just there to have fun and to share their music, and I think that's just the best part of it. And so, yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, another thing I liked was I got some really, really helpful advice from some really big names in a cappella, like Lisa Forkish, Courtney Jensen, Craig Knutson. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Craig Knutson, I'm sorry, buddy. You're awesome. And then there's the House Jacks. I met a couple of the House Jacks, and they gave me some feedback as well, and that was really helpful. And I've worked on it over the past year, and I'm excited to show you guys what I got. Yeah. Oh, I did notice one thing. After I joined the Master Singers, I joined my local barbershop chapter. And I noticed something kind of similar. So, where is it? I have it written down here. Oh, yeah. So, I've noticed that there's kind of a trend, when I joined the barbershop, I instantly felt at home. And there was just such a strong sense of brotherhood. Everybody treated me with respect and kindness, and it was just so cool, just having everybody there just encouraging you. And that brotherhood was really emphasized when I met some of the guys from a neighbor chapter who helped, like, performed with us and paid a visit with our chapter once, and that was really fun to meet them and to socialize with other people who love singing like that. And it's brotherhood. And the way they interacted, they sang tags and just talked about random stuff. It was amazing. And to draw a line, if you follow the online beatbox community, I know it's kind of completely different from barbershop, but if you follow the online beatbox community, there's kind of that trend as well. You may hear the term beatbox family or human beatbox family thrown around from time to time if you listen, follow, excuse me, online beatbox community. I mean, there isn't necessarily something called that, but it is just a big thing. And so, yeah, you'll hear those terms thrown around: beatbox family, human beatbox family, and I think it's real serious. Like, everybody treats each other like family. Like, even the few beatboxers I've met, even at the festival last year, none have ever discouraged me or told me to give up beatboxing. All beatboxers are brothers and sisters, just like all barbershoppers are family in the same sense. I don't know much about the broader parts of the acapella community, but if this trend is all across the board, then I'm in. I think beatboxing and acapella has a really bright future, and it's just exciting. It's really exciting, guys. I hear that the performances are going to be structured a little differently this year, and it should be really cool to see how that pans out. And just having the variation is just exciting in itself, just to see how different it's going to be. And naturally, Seven is going to come, and I'm going to be so excited to be meeting them and the clinicians from the Bobs. Oh, this is going to be great. And all of the wonderful people and the great groups and all of the cool music that I'm going to be hearing, and just, I'm excited to meet everybody. Like, I'm gushing. I mean, it's early in the morning right now, so it might not look quite like I'm gushing, but I'm so pumped for this festival, and thank you guys so much for bringing acapella to Central Oregon. Yeah. So, thank you for listening through almost 13 minutes of that. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you at the festival. In case you're wondering, the Acapella Festival here in Bend, the Bend A Cappella Festival this year is February 10th through, I think, the 12th this year, in 2017 this year. So, I hope to see you guys there, and I'm really excited to be sharing my music with you. Have a good day, everybody.